Say hello to my little friend, Creative Block. Oh, we're going round one more time. Do I feel inspired spinning in this chair? Perhaps. But today in this video, I have researched 5 different strategies that according to the experts are best for getting over creative block. And you're going to unpack these with me in real time as I try get over my own creative block. And in case you're new around here, my name is Ellen and I started this channel with my sister when we were in university as a side hustle. But 3 years after graduating and getting my dream job as a magazine writer, I decided to quit the 9-to-5 and go all in on my own business. I launched a digital marketing agency and started working as a freelance social media manager. 5 years later, I've worked with hundreds of clients all across the world and also trained over 300 aspiring social media managers through my program, the Dishing Up Digital School. So let's rewind to the beginning of the day. Are we actually doing this? Is this happening? Apparently I'm just a sucker for punishment. Let's make some breakfast before we get into it though. Shout out to my sister for leaving her strawberries behind. There is something beautifully ironic about filming a video about getting out of a creative block when you're entirely unmotivated to film this video. When you research the first step for getting over a creative block, everybody tells you to take a break, which I find quite triggering because as a social media manager, I'm not like this artist who's like, oh, let me just take a week and go sit at a winery in Tuscany and wait for that inspiration to strike. Like, your girl has deadlines. Like, it is the holiday season. It is Q4. We gotta be posting. We gotta be active. I've gotta deliver on my contracts. But I do think you can create micro breaks within your daily schedule and find space to let yourself rest. And then the next standard piece of advice is to get out and go for a walk. Change your surroundings, if you will. I think change your surroundings can also mean like go work at a cafe, go work from a different environment. But I have this cheeky little bugger with me. Say hello, Benji. Oh, you're really wrapped up in my computer cable there. Benji is my friend Erin's dog that I am currently dog sitting, and he is majestic. Look at this face. I don't think I am prepared enough to take Benji to a cafe. To be honest, I just want to work from home. So I'm really ignoring the expert advice so far. Things are going great. But this morning, I feel like I have been really bogged down in the admin and emails and just, I don't even know what. Like, it's 1 o'clock and I'm like, where did the day go? So I just stepped back from my computer and took a 40-minute walk with Benji. I think the strategy of going for a walk for your creative block is definitely more effective when it's sunny. It's not the prettiest day, but we're doing it. Just a girl. No, Benji, please don't chase the ducks again. Just a girl on her walk for her mental health. But the biggest thing that stood out to me when I was researching creative blocks and being in a creative rut is brainstorming, mind mapping, and coming back to your goals and your why. And this just really hit home with me because what I've been struggling with a lot in recent months, October was a really hectic month where I said yes to too many things. And I said yes to a lot of things that weren't actually filling my cup and weren't actually serving me and my business. I know other service providers will also have this bad habit where you say yes to all of the things your client wants and then your business goes in the back burner. And this is something that I teach my students. So it's time to take some of my own advice. And I just want to take some time to jump into my computer and start mapping out what I actually want the month of December to look like. Welcome to my little weekly planner. See, now I just opened up my to-do list and it makes me feel sad and unproductive. So maybe I won't show you guys this. I really just want to create more space in my calendar to do creative things and get back on track with like my mission and what I want to achieve with my business. So this is what I originally had planned for December, and I just feel like this little list is limiting me, and I want to just create a whole new blank page and plan out exactly what December is going to look like with goals and like content. And the other thing that I really want to do to get myself out of this creative block is just like disrupt the pattern. I'm gonna give myself 3 core December projects, and that's another thing, like don't overload your schedule with too many projects, Ellen. This is how you find yourself in burnout and creative block. So we are doing a $5,000 giveaway over on my Instagram. And this is something that I'm funding 90% myself. And I just wanted to like do something different. I'm like, tired of doing the same funnels and the same freebies. I was like, why don't we just do something crazy? Why don't I just give away an iPad, a new camera, microphone, like an Apple Pencil, AirPods? Like, why don't I just do this huge giveaway and like, let's just disrupt things. Let's mix things up. And that also brings me to YouTube. I am going to do Vlogmas. Screw it. I think I just need to get myself out of this creative block. I think I just need something new and exciting. And when I was researching this, one of the things that causes creative block is often when you get too stuck in routines and too stuck in like the mundane of your job and what you're doing. And sometimes you just need a pattern disruptor. Like you need to challenge yourself to do something new, and something new that you're going to get excited about. And I have always loved Vlogmas. Tara and I have done various forms of Vlogmas. We used to do like a weekly Vlogmas back in university days. And I don't want to be that, you know, typical creative who's just going to create a new project to burn themselves out. But it's like, I just want to make videos again. Like, I'm so tired of admin and all of this boring shit that you have to do as a business owner. And, you know, that's a whole other topic for another video this month. I'm going to be hiring a new person to, for the first time in my business, help me with so much of this admin. And I'm actually going to take the leap and bring someone in on my business to work like part-time, like 20 hours a week. And I'm really excited for that change, because it's all part of my lesson from this year is like, I've lost touch with a lot of my creative work. And that is my why. That is why I started my business, is that creativity. I love making things. I love making videos. And at some point when you go into that role of the CEO in your business, you sometimes lose touch with that, you lose touch with it. So this is what we're doing in December. We are starting the New Year's resolutions early. So we've got the 5K giveaway on Instagram. We've got Vlogmas, and then the 5K Instagram giveaway is going to lead into my 5 days of deals, promotion for digital products. And I love my client work. I'm still going to be working as a social media manager into 2025, but I really want to increase my digital products as an income stream, because again, I just freaking love it. And I'm sick of like the judgment and the stereotypes of success should be, you know, I should have a massive agency with all these employees, because screw it, I don't want it. I just want to make cool stuff, and I want to be the girl that has all these revenue streams and is just creating. Like, I don't want to be a social media manager with a huge agency. I just want to be a freelancer who's creating stuff and just like enjoys every day that she goes to work. So we are getting into that vibe and that energy in December. I don't think I'm the only one experiencing this, but I think part of my creative rut and the creative block has come from the constant pressure this year to produce short form content. And I've been getting a lot of signs to kind of shift back to YouTube, and every single student I've been talking to recently who signed up for the Dishing Up Digital School, or maybe not every single one of them, but the majority of them have found me through YouTube. And I've had this little nagging voice that I wanted to make more YouTube videos, but I didn't feel creatively inspired. I didn't feel like I had time. And now that I've kind of got through this messy season of business where I'm wrapping up some client projects, I finally finished re-recording the Dishing Up Digital School, and I've just got that out there in the universe. It feels like a good time to focus on just the organic content and making more content and finding my inspiration again. And this part of the process for me is just like turning off distractions. Like you can see I closed my tabs. I can't see if I've had any new emails. My phone is on silent. And I'm just like having a fun sort of play around in Xtiles, making my dreamy little planner, my custom planner, adding in fun pictures and widgets. And then also, instead of pressuring myself to sit down right now and like script whole videos, I just want to let inspiration flow a little bit. So making a running ideas list, and I've ended up with way more ideas than I need to, because the whole point is to jot down every idea without any judgment, because again, I think that's where a lot of the creative block comes for many of us freelancers, is judging ourselves too harshly and, you know, being our own harshest critic and saying that that idea sucks. So it's all about leaving that judgment at the door and just letting all those ideas flow out of me. And this is making me excited. I don't know, like I look at this, my December Vlogmas challenge, and it makes me feel creative. It makes me feel inspired. And I think that's what I personally needed for this this block that I'm going through is just to be like, yes, do something different, Alan. Like, break the routine. I think I'm doing a good job putting systems in place to like prevent burnout and looking at all the things that I can create templates for. And I just want to create like a really good system and routine with my editing, but also letting go some of that pressure to create like Steven Spielberg films. Like we're just making little videos. They don't have to be that fancy. And the point of this whole experiment is just to get me creating again. It doesn't have to be about views or income or anything like that. You'll notice this list of goals doesn't have income on there. Like there's no milestone of how much money I want to achieve this month. And I really want to reinforce that. Like this is about having fun, and I've actually reduced my expenses quite a lot in my business, and I'll go into this in another vlog coming up in the next few weeks. But because of that, it's like giving myself permission to be like, hey, actually, you don't have all those expenses that you've had previously. You actually have space and capacity to say no. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about the price or the cost of every yes that you say. And I've really experienced that this year. So like December, we are setting the vibe for 2025. And I want to keep this list of goals at the top of this document so that when those opportunities do come knocking and someone's like, hey, Ellen, can you do this extra work for me? I'm just going to say no. And you guys are going to hold me accountable because I cannot be affording to say yes to everything anymore. So now the next phase of getting through your creative block is taking a break. I know that's so cheesy, but we're going to do it. We're going to have some lunch. Lead the way, Benji. Okay, this is so unfair. Look how blue the sky is. It was absolutely grey when I went out for my walk earlier. Does this mean, Benji, we have to go for another walk? Because it's so sunny now, and we didn't get any of that sunshine. Yeah. Okay, it is time for the next tip that I've learnt around creative block. And that is to do nothing, which is a struggle for somebody like me. I don't like to do nothing. I suspect that's the case for a lot of entrepreneurs. The idea is for your brain to be creative, you need stillness. You need to let it have some peace. And as a society at the moment, especially with the rise of short form content, we are consuming content very quickly. We are constantly looking for that dopamine hit with devices and scrolling. And this is something I've definitely noticed with myself over the past like 2-3 years has gotten kind of worse. One of the sort of pieces that I came across online suggested going out for walks or cleaning without any like stimulation. So no music, no podcast in your earplugs. And that's what I always do. And I've always counted that as my like peaceful, quiet time, you know, listening to a podcast while on a walk or like cleaning the bathroom, listening to some music. And I thought it would be a good challenge for myself to do some cleaning and do nothing and kind of tick off this next step of the phase of getting out of creative block. The other thing about cleaning in particular is it's meant to give you a sort of dopamine hit, like it's something that is going to give you a longer term dopamine hit because you're doing something that you don't particularly want to in the beginning, and that's what makes the process so much more rewarding versus the dopamine hits that you get from scrolling on TikTok. It's very instant, but then as soon as you stop scrolling on TikTok, the dopamine goes away. So this is apparently cleaning as a way for you to boost your dopamine in more of a healthy, long-lasting way, and also kind of ties into a little bit of the doing nothing for unlocking your creative block. Although some people are probably going to argue that I'm not doing nothing, I'm cleaning. So each to their own, but let's test this out as the next sort of tip for this video. Okay, so I have been cleaning the studio and I surprisingly managed to do it without reaching for my headphones and listening to music. However, a slight flaw in the plan. I guess because the cleaning is still related to my business and we had some clients who have left the studio in a bit of a state. I feel like the cleaning was more agitating than calming. It took so much longer and I literally have sweat everywhere, like my upper lip. This is not cute. You know, at the beginning of today when I said, oh, I can't possibly take a break, like that's stupid advice. I think I need to take a break. My conclusion from today's experiment is the quick fixes for my creative rut that I'm in aren't the solution. And I was doing some deeper thinking, and when I looked at my routine, I did feel there was a need for some spaciousness to allow that creativity to flourish a bit more. And I have decided to drop my promotion that I was going to run, my launch, my 5 days of daily deals, because I went back and I looked at my goals, and I'm like, my ultimate goal is to be more creative, not to make more money. And that kind of 5 days of daily deals, like there's actually a lot of work that goes into that in terms of setting up landing pages and timers and automations and checkouts and email sequences. And I was like, what if I just didn't do that? And suddenly I was like, wow, that feels good. So ironically, I said I didn't really want to like pause anything, slow down anything, like I had to do all the things. And now I think after conducting this experiment, that piece of advice is probably the best piece of advice that I'm taking on board. And that is, you need more breaks. You need to stop running on the treadmill if you've got a creative block, and you need to give yourself space. Don't you hate it when other people are right and you're wrong? When I realized that I could simply not do that one project and take something off my list that was actually going to give me a lot of time back, I felt instantly lighter. And I know that this is going to help me get out of this creative rut because it's going to allow so much time for space and to do this YouTube challenge, which by the way, I'm adjusting slightly because again, a little bit of perspective on the creative block. I think I was pushing myself a little too hard. So I'm going to aim to upload Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So 3 uploads a week for the Vlogmas season. And we're going to have some fun. And you're going to have to stay tuned to see if I can fully get out of my creative block beyond just this one day, because I'm feeling good at the moment, but stick around, that might change. Make sure you are subscribed for those videos coming at you throughout the month of December. Bye guys.